Martell and Lala interacted, attention shifted toward Arionne, whose reactions sparked discussion across social media. She did not openly express anger or frustration, but small pauses, subtle facial expressions, and moments of visible discomfort led viewers to believe that she was struggling with certain emotions. These reactions may have seemed minor, but they were enough to catch the audience's attention and start conversations about what might have been happening beneath the surface. Often, emotions such as jealousy, insecurity, or discomfort do not appear through dramatic outbursts. Instead, they show up through body language, forced smiles, awkward silences, or changes in tone that reveal more than words ever could. Many viewers felt that this was exactly what they were witnessing during the live session. What made the situation especially interesting was how natural and unfiltered it appeared. Rather than watching a carefully planned reality TV scene, audiences felt they were seeing genuine reactions in real time. As the live continued, viewers began analyzing every detail, from facial expressions to body language and conversational dynamics. It is important to note that the attention was not necessarily focused on Lala herself. Instead, some people believed that Lala represented something larger in that moment. She appeared confident, comfortable, and able to interact freely without seeming concerned about outside opinions. Watching someone display that level of ease can sometimes trigger feelings of comparison in others, particularly when relationships and emotions are already complicated. Human beings naturally compare themselves to those around them, and when people feel they have sacrificed a lot or invested heavily in a situation, seeing someone else appear relaxed or receive attention can create emotional discomfort. Throughout the live, viewers noticed several moments that they believed reflected this internal struggle. The reactions were not dramatic or explosive, which is exactly why many found them believable. The audience connected with the moment because it reflected experiences that many people have faced in their own lives. Most individuals know what it feels like to maintain a calm appearance while dealing with difficult emotions internally. Social media users quickly began replaying clips, sharing screenshots, and discussing every detail they could find. The conversation soon became less about the live stream itself and more about the emotions viewers believed they had observed. This reflects a larger shift in reality television and online entertainment, where audiences are increasingly interested in authenticity rather than scripted drama. Small emotional reactions often create more discussion than major confrontations because they feel more real and relatable. The situation also highlights how image and identity play important roles in reality television. Many public figures build reputations around confidence, strength, and control, but unexpected situations can reveal vulnerabilities that are usually hidden from view. These moments often capture audience attention because they show a more human side of people who are typically seen as larger-than-life personalities. Similar situations have occurred throughout reality television history, where cast members presented themselves as confident and in control, only for pressure-filled moments to expose insecurity, frustration, or emotional conflict. Whether viewers agreed on what they saw during Stormy's live or not, the discussion centered on emotional authenticity and the possibility that genuine feelings had become visible despite efforts to remain composed. Another reason the moment generated so much attention is because of the connection between identity and comparison. When people tie their self-worth to sacrifice, loyalty, hard work, or endurance, they may struggle when they see others appearing happy, confident, or comfortable. The emotional reaction is often less about the other person and more about personal questions regarding value, recognition, and expectations. Reality television acts as a magnifying glass for these emotions because cameras capture reactions that might otherwise go unnoticed. Live broadcasts are especially revealing because participants have little time to carefully manage every expression or response. As a result, viewers often feel they are witnessing raw and genuine emotions. At the same time, modern audiences do more than simply watch. They analyze, interpret, and discuss every detail, turning brief moments into major conversations online. Every glance, pause, and facial expression becomes part of a larger narrative shaped by audience interpretation. However, while viewers may analyze behavior and speculate about emotions, it is important to remember that feelings such as jealousy, insecurity, and discomfort are normal human experiences. They do not automatically define a person's character. In many cases, these emotions reveal personal fears, concerns, and vulnerabilities that most people experience at some point in life. The reaction seen during Stormy's live, whether intentional or not, reminded viewers that public figures face many of the same emotional challenges as everyone else. Ultimately, the moment stood out because it felt authentic. There were no shocking revelations or explosive arguments, only subtle reactions that sparked curiosity and discussion. Audiences connected with the situation because it reflected something familiar: the complicated emotions that arise when people compare themselves to others while trying to maintain control of how they appear. The conversation surrounding the live serves as another reminder that reality television remains compelling not only because of drama, but because of the genuine human emotions that occasionally emerge when people least expect them. As the discussion continued online, many viewers began debating whether the reactions they noticed were intentional or simply being overanalyzed. In today's social media environment, audiences often examine every second of a live stream, searching for hidden meanings behind expressions, comments, and interactions. Some believed Arionne's behavior clearly showed discomfort, while others argued that viewers were reading too much into ordinary reactions. Regardless of which side people supported, the fact that the conversation lasted for days demonstrated how invested audiences have become in understanding the personalities behind reality television storylines. One reason these moments attract so much attention is because people are naturally interested in relationships and human behavior. Viewers enjoy trying to understand what motivates someone's actions, especially when emotions seem to be involved. A simple glance or brief pause can generate endless discussion when the individuals involved already have a complicated history. In situations like this, audiences often connect the current moment to past events, creating a larger narrative that extends far beyond what actually happened during the live stream. This is exactly why even the smallest interactions can become major talking points within reality television communities. Another factor that fueled interest was the long-standing public attention surrounding the relationships connected to Martell. Because viewers have followed these stories for years, they tend to view every interaction through the lens of previous events. As a result, even neutral conversations can appear more significant than they might otherwise be. Fans bring their own opinions, expectations, and interpretations into the discussion, which often leads to different conclusions about the same moment. What one person sees as confidence, another may interpret as discomfort. What one viewer considers harmless, another may view as evidence of deeper emotional issues. The situation also demonstrates how difficult it can be to separate perception from reality. People often assume they can accurately identify someone's emotions based solely on facial expressions or body language, but human behavior is rarely that simple. Stress, fatigue, distraction, or countless other factors can influence how someone appears on camera. Nevertheless, audiences remain fascinated by these moments because they provide an opportunity to speculate about what might be happening behind the scenes. The uncertainty itself becomes part of the entertainment. For reality television personalities, this creates a unique challenge. Every public appearance is subject to intense scrutiny, and even ordinary reactions can become headline-worthy topics. The pressure of knowing that thousands of people are analyzing every movement can make public interactions even more complicated. At the same time, that level of attention is one of the reasons reality television continues to thrive. Viewers feel connected to the personalities they follow and become emotionally invested in their stories, relationships, and personal journeys. Ultimately, the lasting impact of Stormy's live was not a specific comment or confrontation. Instead, it was the conversation that followed. The live sparked debates about jealousy, confidence, insecurity, perception, and emotional authenticity. It reminded viewers that some of the most memorable reality television moments are not the loudest ones. Sometimes the moments that generate the most discussion are the quiet ones, where emotions appear to surface through subtle expressions and brief reactions. Whether viewers accurately interpreted what they saw or not, The moment succeeded in capturing attention because it felt real, unscripted, and open to interpretation. That combination continues to be one of the most powerful elements of reality television and social media culture today. What made the conversation even more fascinating was how quickly viewers turned into investigators. Rather than simply watching the live and moving on, many people began breaking down individual moments frame by frame. Clips were reposted, screenshots circulated online, and entire discussions emerged around a few seconds of interaction. In today's digital world, audiences are highly observant and often believe that small details reveal larger truths. A brief look away, a delayed response, or a change in facial expression can become the foundation for hours of debate. Whether those interpretations are accurate or not, they demonstrate how deeply invested viewers have become in understanding the people they follow. The attention surrounding Arionne's reactions also highlights a larger reality television dynamic. Public figures are often expected to maintain a certain image, regardless of what they may be feeling internally. They are expected to appear confident, unbothered, and in control, even during uncomfortable situations. However, maintaining that image becomes increasingly difficult when emotions are involved. No matter how carefully someone manages their public persona, genuine feelings have a way of surfacing in unexpected moments. Sometimes those feelings appear through words, but more often they reveal themselves through subtle behaviors that audiences immediately notice. For many viewers, the discussion was never really about proving whether Arionne was jealous or uncomfortable. Instead, it became a conversation about human nature itself. People recognized familiar emotions in the situation because most individuals have experienced moments of comparison at some point in their lives. Almost everyone knows what it feels like to question their position, wonder where they stand, or feel uncertain when watching someone else receive attention or admiration. These emotions are not unique to reality television stars. They are universal experiences that connect audiences to the personalities they watch on screen. At the same time, the situation demonstrated how social media can amplify even the smallest moments. Years ago, a brief expression during a conversation might have gone unnoticed. Today, however, every interaction can be replayed, slowed down, analyzed, and discussed by thousands of people within minutes. This creates an environment where even ordinary reactions can take on greater significance. The audience becomes part of the story, helping shape public perception through comments, theories, and interpretations. In many ways, the conversation that follows an event can become just as important as the event itself. Another reason the live generated so much interest is because viewers are increasingly drawn to authenticity over perfection. Audiences have become accustomed to carefully curated images on social media, where people often present only the best versions of themselves. As a result, moments that feel unscripted and emotionally genuine tend to stand out. Viewers are often more interested in a subtle expression of vulnerability than a rehearsed display of confidence. They want to see the real person behind the public image, and moments like this provide a glimpse into that reality. The discussion also raises questions about the emotional cost of living life in the public eye. Every reaction becomes subject to interpretation, and every expression can become part of a larger narrative. Public figures often find themselves judged not only for what they say, but also for what others believe they are feeling. This level of scrutiny can be difficult to navigate because emotions are complex and not always visible in the ways people assume. A person may appear uncomfortable for reasons completely unrelated to what viewers imagine. Yet once a narrative begins circulating online, it can quickly take on a life of its own. As conversations continued, many people moved beyond discussing the live itself and began examining broader themes such as confidence, insecurity, relationships, and self-worth. The moment became a reflection of issues that extend far beyond reality television. It sparked discussions about how people respond to comparison, how they manage difficult emotions, and how easily perceptions can influence public opinion. These deeper conversations are often what keep reality television relevant. While dramatic storylines may attract attention initially, it is the emotional and psychological aspects that keep audiences engaged long after the cameras stop rolling.